Don't we just love breaking news? And it's all sorted. And we can tell you that the fee is 92.5 million plus 7.5 million in add-ons. So it'll round up to nearly £100 million. Tottenham Hotspur, Newcastle United have reached an agreement for the signing of Sandro Tonali.
The bomba of the recent minutes, because Tottenham Hotspur have agreed a deal to sign Sandro Tonali, and it's here we go. I'm happy for my community here on YouTube, because many times I saw you were coming here to ask what's happening with Tonali, why you didn't pin the post on Twitter, on X anymore. So many questions about the Tonali situation over the last few weeks. Since that day, it was 15th of June, out of nowhere, Tottenham exclusive. Tottenham go all in for Sandro Tonali. Enter the race for Sandro Tonali. Tottenham want Sandro Tonali. I never came here telling you Man City hijack, telling you Arsenal interest, telling you Tonali doesn't want to go to Tottenham. Many people said Tonali prefers to go to Arsenal. Tonali prefers to go to Manchester City. Sandro Tonali preference was clear since that day. On that day, June 15, when I told you the news, when I broke the story, Sandro Tonali made clear to Tottenham Hotspur, and especially to Roberto De Zerbi, because he deserves a special mention. Sandro Tonali told Roberto De Zerbi, I want to join Tottenham. I'm ready to join Tottenham. Despite the interest of more clubs, Tonali was keen on joining Roberto De Zerbi, trusting how good is the manager. Sandro Tonali was also very keen on the project for the long term. It's been a difficult season, the last one, a terrible season for Tottenham, but the future can be bright. Tonali is convinced about that, and so going all in for this move. Tonali agreed terms on that day, 15th of June, with Tottenham, and the negotiation took 2 weeks, but now the agreement is done. Record deal for Tottenham Hotspur. Again, 2 days ago, I came here and I told you, record deal for Mateusz Fernandes. Now, after 48 hours, again, record deal for Tottenham, because Mateusz Fernandes was £85 million. For Sandro Tonali is 92.5 plus 7.5 in add-ons, so £100 million total package for Sandro Tonali to Tottenham, the most expensive Italian player in the history of the game. So Sandro Tonali to Tottenham is done, and now it's going to be time for the medical and the contract signing. Newcastle accept the proposal, and so everything has been completed. Also important to mention that Tottenham have now spent £185 million on 2 midfielders in 48 hours. So after signing new second goalkeeper, Dubravka, after signing Robertson and Senesi on a free, Tottenham go all in on different positions, and the deal is done. For Sandro Tonali, the deal is also done. For Mateusz Fernandes, who completed the medical today in London, so Mateusz is a new Tottenham player for £85 million, so historical start of the window by Tottenham Hotspur. I think this is the best answer. When you ask me, when is the market opening? I always say this is probably the most pointless question ever, because imagine that officially the transfer window is not opened yet, but Tottenham already spent this money on these players. And so, Mateusz Fernandes medical done, Tonali joining. Huge signing.
So, 85 million yesterday, 100 million today. Will Spurs fans actually recognise their club?
Well, I don't know the 11 against Brentford in the 22nd of August. But what I can tell you is that Tottenham Hotspur needed to do something big. They needed to make changes. Vinay Venkatesham and Peter Charrington spoke about wanting to spend big. They need to spend big. 17th, never again. But obviously, Mike, until it happens, there is scepticism. Heard it all before. But well, they have seriously acted. 85 million for Mateusz Fernandes, and a deal which will achievable add-ons that will reach nearly 100 million for Sandro Tonali. That is serious money. But Spurs are dining at the top table like they've promised their supporters.
How much has this got to do with De Zerbi?
Big. If Spurs got relegated, the manager's face would be on there and it would be etched in history. Spurs, as big as they are, it would have been a disaster for a manager. But Roberto De Zerbi came in confident, week after week after week. I love this squad. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. But when they had that meeting, he wanted control. There is no co-sporting director alongside Johan Langer. Roberto De Zerbi is the most manager Tottenham have had for some time. Players want to play for him. Sandro Tonali from the same region of Italy. It's a massive signing. It's going to be a real new look Tottenham Hotspur. So to reiterate the breaking news, Spurs and Newcastle reach agreement for the signing of Sandro Tonali with a deal which will reach £100 million. But let's not forget, a few hours ago we broke the news that Spurs have agreed a deal with Brighton for the sale of Luka Vuskovic, which will reach £50 million.
Well, that begs my next question, because I was just about to say, people were saying, where Spurs have got the money for this from?
Well, there will be departures. So the first one, Luka Vuskovic, £50 million. Lucas Bergvall was asked to move on. He will be around £50 million, I'm sure, at least. Christian Romero, the club captain, might move on. That'd be a fair fee as well. And Spurs do have money to spend, Mike. They do have money to spend. The argument is that they have spent money before, but the admission is it's maybe on the wages they haven't, and they are doing that now. So they are dining at the top table. So up against Manchester United for Matheus Fernandes, achieved. Up against, there was interest from Manchester City, achieved. So this is a new look Tottenham and an aggressive Tottenham. Yeah, and I need to lie down.
Well, you can't have one yet,
all right,
because you're on this show, and that's for me.
Yeah.
Right. Will Daniel Levy be sitting back going, why wasn't I allowed to do that?
I mean, maybe one day in a book he'll say, I don't know. But, I mean, he also was critical of Jan-Paul van Hecke's signing from Brighton, £52 million, but Spurs have gone out and done it, But they do things different. Daniel will have a view. Daniel will say he tried and whatnot. It's just, I think, looking at the future now and looking at what Vinay Venkatesham has promised and what Peter Charrington has promised, they've promised changes. They've promised to spend big, and you have to say they have delivered and some. I never imagined in my wildest dreams that Spurs would be doing anything like this.
Are they done, or are they going again?
They're not done at all. No, they're not done.
So where do they strengthen now?
Left forward. Maybe a centre forward if they can. They're not done at all. No, they're not done. But they're done in some areas. The defence looks really solid. I mean, that midfield looks very, very strong now if this gets completed. But no, they are not done. Plenty still to do. It's only July the 1st, isn't it?
It is.
Cool.
Does finishing 17th look like somewhere so far in the past it's a distant memory now?
I think it does now. I mean, it does. And I think it's easy to forget, Spurs were close to relegation near the end, but it's been some few months and an incredible few months for Tottenham Hotspur supporters, and it's going to be very much a new look side when they face Brentford on August the 22nd. Just
give me an idea of what a Tottenham fan is feeling at the moment.
Elation. Some would say they can't believe this is happening. They're staggered. It's beyond their wildest dreams. They didn't think it would be like this. It can't go on like this, can it? It can.
Michael Bridge, thank you very much. So, Matheus Fernandes yesterday, 85 million. Today, a deal agreed for Sandro Tonali from Newcastle for 100 million. Spurs getting serious.